Because it started as just women. And,
Mhm.
and what was the philosophy behind just a women's gym?
Yeah. So, when Devin and I were starting to think about this concept and think about the parking lot days back in
We're going to
2012,
get to all that, by the
I
way.
know. Oh, my goodness. Um, he had been doing a boot camp style workout in Naples, Florida, which we moved up from Naples, Florida. And he just saw the need for women. And boutique fitness is already 70% women, 30% men. So we really wanted to double down on women. And then childcare. It was even as niche as saying fit community of moms, if you remember. So we
Yeah.
just, I think, listen, there's not something that's like groundbreaking as to why we did it, because we didn't even have kids back then. We didn't even understand what the barrier that mothers had. But, it led us to building a community and a product that we knew could focus on women and mothers getting a really kick butt workout.
Mhm.
You've been there. It's sports performance infused, a lot of Devin's athletic background he uses in the programming and protocols. So we didn't want it to be a girly workout. We wanted it to still be a tough workout, but meet people exactly where they are and remove the barriers that most women had, which was they were moms and they decided, hey, I can't put myself first. And so we had Child Watch from day one, which has truly set us apart from some of our competition.
Yeah, and I remember early on, like, before you had babies, I feel like it like, right after you had, your first child, I feel like your daughter, I feel like I had a conversation with you where I was like, "You should really, like, lean into this," right? Like, you need
Yeah.
to tell the women what it's like to kinda come back from it, what you're
Yeah.
eating, what you're doing. How much did becoming a mom yourself open your eyes and have you learn more?
Oh, so much. And
Yeah.
yeah, you really encouraged me to share a lot. And I think, we often tell ourselves that we don't have stories to tell and that our stories aren't worthy to tell. And I've learned so much through podcasting and interviewing that everybody does have a story. And
Mhm.
even if you inspire one person by sharing the vulnerability of it, and so, yeah, I documented all of my pregnancy and my postpartum journey. So if you go back into my Instagram and scroll years down, you're going to see what my belly looked like coming out of the hospital. And it wasn't in,
You were
it
so cute, it was so round and,
was, it
like,
was,
like
and I had one of those, turkey poppers. My belly button always popped out in my pregnancies. But yeah, it absolutely opened my eyes. And I was so grateful that I had the community that so many women don't get. And I got that with all three of my pregnancies, my postpartum journeys. My kids grew up in burn boot camp. But yes, I would say that Devin and I also had a big reality check, like even on how we would coach women and train women in focus meetings on what to eat and how to meal prep. We used to think, yeah, you can
oh,
do it
you're
on a
so
Sunday.
funny.
You've got hours of time. And I can remember being like, oh my gosh, like how naive were we to think, And so even like not ever eating your kids' food, we'd always give, why would you eat their food? And then I start doing it. I'm like, oh, I get it. So I started to experience a lot of the things I would remember hearing about in our focus meetings, which are the time, one-on-one time that we get with members. And so then I wanted to create more solutions, So I taught women how to meal prep in under 2 hours on a Sunday. I did
Yeah.
free cooking shows. I started to build content that I knew that helped me navigate those early years of having a kid. And so that's just always been my motto is share, 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 even if it's vulnerable, even if it's hard, even if I'm struggling. The balance of motherhood, building a career, it's always been on my heart to help other women and inspire other women to do that.